Hello. Welcome to this video. Have you been thinking about running your Pinterest ads for your business? You are not alone. Pinterest is becoming more and more popular among business owners who want to scale their business besides Facebook ads and Instagram ads or Google ads. And it's also becoming more and more popular among business owners who want to find an ads platform that is less stressful, an ads platform where there is still less competition and more potential. And if you are one of those categories, Pinterest might actually be a perfect fit for you. But to make sure that you are really getting the most profit from Pinterest ads and to make sure that you are really ready for them, we will be discussing 5 things that you need to have in place before you start running your Pinterest ads to make sure that you are running the most profitable campaigns and you are not going to be losing any money. So, first of all, my name is Magdalena. I'm the founder of PinProsper. I am an ICU nurse turned Pinterest manager when me and my husband moved into our RV, and I've been managing Pinterest accounts for over a year, and I've been niching down to e-commerce because it really stole my heart. And I've been having so much fun because it's super dynamic and Pinterest is really enhancing the shopping experience on Pinterest for the users, and you're seeing more and more people actually purchasing on the platform. And by now 93% of the audience on Pinterest has already made a purchase through Pinterest. 83% of the Pinterest audience is saying they are coming to Pinterest to look for their next shopping session, to look for inspiration for their next purchase or product or project. And you want to make sure that you are swooping in there in this process because there is so much to gain on Pinterest, and it's still a platform with relative low competition, so there's so much potential there. So okay, enough about me, enough about Pinterest. I can go on and on about this, but we're gonna dive into the 5 things you want to have in place so you can start taking action and can be running your Pinterest ads soon as well. Okay, first of all, it is a pretty obvious one, but it's really needed, is make sure that you have your Pinterest account set up correctly. Make sure you have your account claimed, so claim your account, make sure that you are actually having the Pinterest pixel installed, that the tag is properly installed so you can actually track all those page visits, all those add to carts and the checkout. And this information will help you tweak your campaigns and start understanding, okay, what is working, what is actually going well and what is not going well, and where should I not run my ads to. And this is such valuable data you really want to capture right from the beginning. Even before you start running your Pinterest ads, you can already gather all this information with organic Pinterest marketing. So secondly, you want to make sure you understand where your customer is hanging out on Pinterest. Pinterest is a super broad platform and it can be used multiple ways. And you want to make sure you really understand how your audience is using Pinterest to make sure you're really utilizing the options Pinterest offers to connect with your audience. And sometimes it's in certain interest categories, but sometimes your audience is really into a specific type of pin or a specific way of pin design, for example. So these are things that are really important to get an understanding of and to really make sure that you know this before you start running your ads, because otherwise you're going to be wasting a whole lot of money testing. And of course you're going to be testing. That's always the case. But you want to make sure you're already getting a good understanding of where they might be hanging out instead of starting from scratch and putting all your money in. So that's the second thing you really need. The third thing you really want to make sure before you start running your ads is check if your sales page or your product page is actually working well. And I know this sounds super obvious, but still it's going wrong a lot, honestly. So first of all, make sure that your add to cart button or the checkout button are working well. Put them above the fold so people don't have to scroll to add your product to their cart or to check out their product. This is so important because you have to make it as easy as possible to purchase. So secondly, make sure that the text is well written, is grammatically correct, and is appealing, because Pinterest users are people who want to get inspired. They want to be educated. They want to know what purchase they're actually doing. They're very intentional buyers. So you want to make sure that your text that's coming with the product or that's on your sales page is actually well written and speaking to them. And it doesn't have to be like, you don't need copywriter skills to appeal to your product, but you want to make sure that it's written properly, there's no mistakes in it, but also that it speaks to their problem in the language that they would be be using, so they feel really understood. Okay, then you want to make sure on your sales page you have some good images there. Make sure that people can actually scroll and see the product or the offer that you're trying to sell to them, and tell them, like, show them how is this product going to give you the solution. And I promise you, the Pinterest audience is super visual, so images on your website are gonna be super important. Then you want to make sure, lastly, on your sales page and the funnel, that the checkout is smooth. You want to make sure that once they add to cart, they do the checkout, there are no hidden costs. Think about the VAT, like your taxes. Think about shipping costs. Make sure that everything is clear up front. And not only that, it's all smooth. So once they check out, it says thank you, and they will receive an email, and they know what they can expect in the next steps from you. And if you're not sure if your checkout process is super smooth, create a 100% discount coupon and test your checkout yourself and get your own customer experience and see, okay, what would I like and where do I need some tweaking, because you can already really learn from the feedback that you can give yourself by going through your own funnel. Okay, fourth thing that I really highly recommend is getting some organic sales. Getting some organic sales is really proving that your product is actually appealing to someone, and you want to make sure that you are actually messaging right. So you want to make sure that you are bringing the solution with your product, but people are actually feeling like, oh, this product could actually bring me this solution, and this product could actually solve my problem. And to test if you are really connecting with your audience and if people are actually looking for this product, it can be a great way to first test with some organic strategies. You could do organic Pinterest marketing or on other social media platforms, but make sure that you actually prove your product and make sure that you are actually understanding, okay, this messaging is working and people are actually wanting to buy my product, and now I know this product is valid. Let's start running ads. The last thing that I really recommend, and I'm seeing so many business owners missing out on, is your abandoned cart email sequence. Over 63%, that's almost 2/3 of people who add to cart, they are actually abandoning their cart again. And this is caused by various reasons. A very top reason, by the way, is hidden costs like tax or shipping costs. So make sure there's no upfront cost. But another very important reason is simply because life got in the way. People are purchasing, somebody starts talking to them, they leave their phone and they just abandon the cart. And with this massive amount of people abandoning their cart, you really want to make sure that you're reconnecting with them again. And you want to make sure that you are not just leaving them hanging and forgetting about them, because there is an intent. Those people wanted to purchase your product. They were already taking the first step. So make sure you're reconnecting with those people and you are reaching out to them again, because there is such a gold mine there. Those people have already interacted with your brand. They trust your brand because they were actually in the process of purchasing from you. So don't leave them hanging. Reconnect with them. Send them 2 to 3 emails, just friendly reminders that they abandoned their cart, that you're not forgetting about them, and just tell them, hey, you're forgetting the purchase and we really want to make sure that you solve your problem. And really, I promise you, once you have this set up, you can start running your ads, and getting an add to cart is already a great result, because you're going to be retaining so many more people than if you don't have the sequence set up. Okay, so those were the 5 tips. So first of all, make sure you claim and set up your Pinterest account properly. Secondly, make sure you know where your customer is hanging out and how they are using Pinterest, so you can really connect with them. 3, make sure your sales page is set up well and the funnel is working smoothly, that you have everything on the sales and the products page in order. 4, make sure you already have some organic sales for the product, so you prove that your product is actually bringing the solution for the people who have this problem and to the ideal customer you have in mind, so you really understand who you are marketing to. And 5, make sure that you have your abandoned cart email sequence in place, and please, if you're taking away anything, please make sure that you are taking away the last part, because that's such a gem. Okay, so this was all for this video. If you are not really sure if Pinterest ads is right for you, you want some extra information, I created a checklist where I'm taking you through all the steps to prepare your website and your Pinterest account for Pinterest ads, and I use it with my own clients and who are seeing great results. So you can download the checklist below this video, so make sure you check it out. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, you can drop them below the video and I'll be making sure that I'm answering all your questions, and I can't wait to connect with you. Thank you so much for staying with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.